We were toned out to a structure fire with known entrapment. There were people in the yard yelling, "They're in there, they're in there." As we were entering in the last row on the left, I could make out Miss Brown on the floor at the foot of the bed. I couldn't come back out from the way I came in. Of all things, I had left my hook, and I didn't have anything with me but just a Bullard thermal camera, and I was able to bust out an entire bottom sash of a window with that camera. Got Miss Brown out, and you know, I don't care if the camera's $100,000. You can't put a price on saving somebody's life. But after the fire, I was just thinking, how am I going to explain I tore up a $20,000 camera?
Firefighters aren't really known for being careful, nor should they have to be. When I was still on the job, these imagers were still $15,000, $20,000, and nobody wants to be the one that broke the new imager, so it just didn't get used. What set Bullard apart was, like, we didn't have those concerns, and we never ran into any problems with it being delicate. When I left public safety and came to Bullard, I learned a lot more about why. It turns out that what we were experiencing and learning on our own was something that Bullard had already internalized. Bullard had the mantra of Bullard tough, that above and beyond anything, if the product isn't durable, nobody's gonna take it into a fire. A firefighter wouldn't carry an axe that, you know, half the time he swung it, the head fell off. The firefighter has plenty of things to worry about. I don't think the firefighter should have to recognize that they're in a crazy environment doing crazy things. They should simply expect a piece of technology that they buy to already know that and to be able to deal with anything that the firefighter can deal with.
This was the first camera we had really ever gotten, so it was brand new technology for us, and I just ruined this camera, but it was tough. That camera after that stayed in service for the next 6-7 years, and I know to this day, if we charged them up, that every one of them worked. We've always had reliability out of the Bullard thermals. I mean, equipment doesn't do us any good if it stays in the shop more than we can use it. And that's been a huge thing, and I think that's why we've never left Bullard. We started there, we've had tremendous amounts of success with the camera, and now we're actually going to where all our first two engines carry out those cameras. I think I can turn around once a year and they've come out with a new camera that's even better than the one we have.
I think the fire service has really called to me. From the time the tone drops, they have already made a commitment to act. They're going to do something about it. They're gonna do something about it right away. And they're gonna do something about it regardless of what they know. The only person who's gonna get a victim out of the house is the firefighter. There's nobody for the fire department to call. It's the fire department or nobody. You see them kind of look at it for a second, and maybe they don't know exactly how to solve it, but they're not gonna figure it out standing here. They just move forward. And that's still a very intriguing thing to me. Bullard made our first thermal imager in 1998, and if you were to open one up today, the engineering that you would see on the inside is merely a process of years of firefighters breaking what we thought was durable, and then us saying, okay, well, they broke that. How can we stop that from happening? There's a lot of firefighters that work here, from manufacturing through engineering into our sales team. So it's just very near and dear to the company. We don't make thermal imagers for anybody else. It's firefighters. Every decision that we make about what happens to an imager is based solely on what it does for the firefighter. Could we make imagers for a wider market? Yeah, we could. But that's not what we were born to do. What we were created to do is this.